give it a good go.
Well, this is right up your alley, but quite a tight race out there with you guys.
Very tight. Yeah, no, at the moment everyone's on each other at the moment. So, but I'm enjoying it. It's safe. You know, it's fast, but it's safe, so it's good.
Now 2 laps to go. It's going to be a bit more whooped out from the quads.
I'm hoping. You know, I think separate the boys from the men a little bit in the whoops and stuff. It's not just holding it flat out, but yeah, hope to have a good result this race. Thanks to Sally's and everyone that got me here.
Rian, this is really, really fast, but you guys all bunched up.
Yeah, it's really fast, and you know, the dust is not too bad, so we can all see each other, so it makes it even harder to make a gap. It's really, really fast. I mean, we're beating the pit crew from refill to refill at the moment, and I'm not sure about the next 2 loops, but I think it'll probably be about the same, so we'll probably be finished by 12 o'clock today.
Mahoney back out on track, untroubled, and there's no one on his back wheel for a long way. And as long as that Bidvest Yamaha 2-stroke can keep smoking away, he's going to run away with this one again and go double time in the Kalahari 400.
I want to ask you a question here, Matt. Do you think he's worried about the bike blowing again? Remember the last time we were at a flat-out circuit, he went so fast that the engine actually couldn't take the pace. So hopefully they've done some work on that bike to keep it at the front end.
Now, the reason for the problems last time is he did no work on the bike in between the 2 races. So this time, you know he's turned the screws. The team will have looked after the bike, and they're sending him out there for wins every time. Jade, his teammate, moved up into 3rd place, so recovering from the hard start of the day. And he's just, we can see he's a little bit nervous, looking over his shoulder. I think that was a wave to the cameraman more than the rider behind him, though.
And we got Jono Webster. It's nice to see these Yamahas at the front end. There's a Kawasaki, but I don't see any orange machinery except for this man. And he's not the man I was expecting.
Yeah, not on this kind of track. Very technical rider, old Rian van Kirk, but he is the lone KTM out front, and he'll be missing Grey Dick. Grey Dick will be on the comeback trail, though, trying to crack his way into the top 5.
Wade Blau and Branch. Oh, nice riding out from Naledi and Westbank Racing, man. Ross Branch flying the flag high there for his team. And Neil Gailey's running at the front end of the Masters. So not a bad effort from the 2 of them, but speaking of not a bad effort, flat out Mahoney, you don't get better than that.
Into the bomb holes, just skying a little bit of a double. I don't think the rest of the guys are going to hit it as a double. Bolly very tentative through there, just tickling his way through, and with that kind of riding, he's not going to be able to close down. But the story is that Jade is flying now, and as soon as he gets around that Kawasaki, he's going to have clear air, he's going to be able to drop him.
Webster's trying to close down on that little group, but unfortunately he's just lost a little bit of ground earlier on. So to make up ground, especially on such a fast loop, I mean, we're looking at about an hour and 10 minutes to do 100 Ks. These guys are on the limit almost the entire lap.
Webster and Blau making it, a sea of Yamahas out front. But it's good to see the Kawasaki's, especially on the fast track like this, coming to the front and bringing the KTMs along to the right. Remember, Rian is on that 350 Enduro setup bike, and he says it's just fantastic on these kind of hills.
Perfect for his riding style. Branch, well, he's just in there, in it to win it if he can, but unfortunately I don't think his Honda's got the same kind of pace as what we've seen from the front boys.
Now watch out for this. Ruan Roberts back on his favorite bike, the Yamaha 2-stroke, getting chased down by Tyrone Miller. And Tyrone Miller head and shoulders ahead of the rest of the under-21 crowd.
Now OL4 is all about that man this year. Don't forget a couple of riders coming through so we can up the numbers a bit. Alpine Stars and Mr. Price Yamaha in full flight there. Oh, Talaga's looking good, and I think the 200 battle is done and dusted. There's not even another 200cc even near him.
Here's Grey Dick, definitely on the comeback trail, fixing those problems on his bike early on and trying to chase down on the leaders. Grey Dick going for the open category, and he should be able to get up there in the overalls.
Dutoy's having...
yeah, big
up.
style.
Yeah, there's a 10 out of 10 there for Dutoy. Biggest style we've had so far, and he's from Dirt Style, isn't he?
Yeah, he likes the style in the air. He's all the way up there, and again on that 350 KTM, and I think he's got like a load of bikes. Every race we see, he picks a different bike out of the trailer.
He's got one of those extreme garage pictures, remember? She can have the rest of the house. Dutoy's just got the garage full of bikes.
That's it. John Wilking, still the fastest TM in South Africa.
First factory Honda out there, of course, is Van Wyk, making up lost ground, but he's definitely made up some ground, which is good to see, and the Ramco boys will be happy about that.
Chasing down on that ever-popular 200 class, and it really is a showstopper. In the 250s, you're talking about Mahoney, Garland, those kind of guys. Jade is the main man in the open category, but in the 200s, Van Wyk, Scotty Skeepers, Brad Van Asbeken, a lot of big names.
Ah, new helmet there for Chris Webster. He's got to make up the ground now that he lost when he went down. Couldn't have been too bad because he doesn't look too shabby there. Right behind him comes Altus. This is third of our brother Broadlink KTM riders.
Remember, Altus still trying to figure his way how to work these off-road races. One of the kings and former champion of the Enduro Championship side of things. But in the flat out, still trying to figure his way through. And Scotty Skippers, just a little bit of style for the camera as well.
I think he's second in the 200 if I'm not mistaken right now, so good ride there from Skippers, just keeping it slow and steady but getting to the end. Franco Smith trying to make up the ground that he lost out early on. And look at this, Guy Henley. How far back do we see Wayne Farmer? Is he right with him still, or has Henley pulled a bit of a gap?
Well, that's what we've got to check out, because these guys were matched pretty evenly early on. Claynham's was just behind, so we've definitely lost Farmer out of this battle so far.
So Farmer losing some ground there. I think he had some technical problems on his bike, and actually he was hard on the brakes, so hard on the brakes that the brake pads actually fell out. So second place now is Glenn Cruiser. He's moved up to second place on his Off-Road Racing Concepts KTM. And, well, it's a big change up there in the seniors.
Hard deal for Cruiser is he's got no one to chase down. He's got a bit of clear air, so no way to judge how much he's got to push to get across that gap. We go back to the leader, though. Mahoney is owning this one, and you've just got to hope that that bike is going to last.
See how hard he's pushing. He's not holding anything back now. Remember, at the beginning of the day, he said he was going to go all out to make this his race victory and make it 2 in a row here at Kalahari 400.
Jade has moved through into second place, so he's got around Bolly van Rooyen. We've got 2 Bidvest Yamahas leading out the Kalahari 400. But has Jade got enough time to close down on his teammate and the man that is leading this race? And man, Jade looks like he wants it. Now, I said he didn't want it at the beginning of the show. I've changed my mind.
Bolly's lost a bit of ground here. Something's gone wrong with Bolly van Rooyen. But it's now Webster up into third. Yamaha's 1, 2, and 3 coming up on some back markers.
Jono Webster, we're not far away from the end of this race as well. Another time check, another Marshall point, and we are running out of kilometers in this super fast Kalahari 400.
Doesn't look like there's any damage on Bolly's bike. He's still got the hard grips on there, no problems at all. Look at that. So maybe he just went wrong. Maybe he just made a mistake somewhere. I'm not sure.
It's late in the race. There's a lot of fade, a lot of elements that come into play. Blau has been kind of consistent. He's been the number 5 rider the whole way through this race, and it'd be good to see him chase down some points on that. Looking for some points in the open class and the overalls.
He's had a good ride, a much better ride out of Wade Blau, so good to see some improvements coming through from the riders. There's the 350. It's going to be second place, unfortunately, there for Rian. He's not going to be able to catch onto the back end of the guys up front.
Remember, Rian is on the 350. He runs in the 250 category, so his competition is the man that leads out on the road, Lawrence Mahoney. But very proud of Rian to see him get his head around the tracks that we know he doesn't like.
He's always been a man who says that the flat-out road racing style is not his. He likes it to be more technical, but he's got around it. And as you say, ridden around the problem and made this track his own. And that's going to give him probably a second place in the 250cc category.
Branch, we just saw him come through, fastest of the red machinery. So the motocross crossover man who has probably one of the busiest seasons out there racing in motocross and in the off-roads. He is waving the flag high for the red machines. And then Ruan Roberts back on his Yamaha, riding out at full throttle, running a good result.
Quick little refuel there. As you can see, the refuel point just on the other side of the road. Under 21s, Tyron Miller has owned it.
Kind of fallen off the pace a little bit towards the end, so bit of fatigue coming into play. Grey Dick, he's been on the comeback trail. Fitness is definitely there. The bike is definitely there. Just some problems early on, dropping him back.
Mechanicals and a big fence that he had to chop himself out of. But he's made himself get back up into contention, and he's just inside the top 10.
Mahoney running into one of the last road crossings before they cross over into the finishing area. And he will be so stoked. He knows this track well. He's won on it before, and he knows how close he is to the end.
Jade knows that he could have caught him had he also not gone over the bars and had the couple of problems that he had during the day. However, he'll be happy with second place. Remember, he's in a different category, so the open category is going to go to Jade, and the 250 category and overall victory probably going to go to Lawrence Mahoney.
Please note, by the way, how clean Lawrence Mahoney is. I think he can just put that kit straight in his bag and go race the next race. But Jade, Bolly, Webster, they are roosted. They've been sucking a little bit of dust at the end of this one.
Awesome to see the open category being represented as second, third, and fourth place on the road, but no one caught this man. Absolutely amazing stuff, and that is 2 in a row for the Kalahari 400 for Lawrence Mahoney.
King of the Kalahari, and back onto the screaming 2-stroke Bidvest Yamaha. He so needed that victory in the 2011 season.
See, thanking the big man for all the help and making sure that he was safe. To see that and coming through in second place, making it Bidvest Yamaha's 1 and 2, and 2 victories in the respective classes as well from Jade.
We know that Jade just wanted to survive the day, so second place will be more than he hoped for, and he'll be happy with those points.
Here's another happy man coming through in second place in the open, but third overall. Off-Road Racing Concepts, Kawasaki of Bolly van Rooyen.
Here's how they finished in the overalls then. Confirmation of Lawrence Mahoney on the Bidvest Yamaha, taking his win ahead of teammate Jade Goodside. Bolly first of the Kawasaki's ahead of Webster, Blau, Vanny Kirk, Branch, Dick, Roberts, Miller. That was the top 10.
Lawrence makes 2 Kalahari 400s in a row, and Good year for you. That two-stroke definitely your style.
Yeah, no, look, first of all, I got to thank the team, Bradley Vidbus, Yamaha, and Steve, and everybody from the team. They really did an awesome job on the bike. I couldn't ask for any better. Hilton Hayward, he did a good job on my suspension. And my family, mom and dad, they helped me flat out in the pits. And without them, this is not possible. And the Lord, this is so dangerous. We're traveling so fast, It's only the Lord's will to get us here safe. And to get the win is just thanks to him. And long race, and Jade caught me at the end. So made it interesting. I said earlier today, I hope he catches up and we can do some racing. And that's what he did. So it was a good day.
Category breakdown. In the opens, it's Jade Goodside, Paulie van Rooyen, Jonathan Webster, Wade Blount, Ross Branch on his Honda.
In the 250s, Mahoney wins out on the Yamaha ahead of the KTM of Vannikerk.
As you said, in the 200cc category, no one was going to catch the Alpine Stars. Mr. Price Yamaha, Mark Talaga. He wins out ahead of Tim Young. A good ride from Tim Young. And Jonathan van Wyk in third place.
Under 21s, it's turning into a good battle. Tyron Miller untouched though. Franco Smith on the Honda starting to get better.
The seniors, well, it was Guy Henley from the start who led out. Wayne Farmer was right with him. After some brake problems, he eventually recovered to second place. And Glenn Cruiser on his KTM in third.
Neil Gailey, the main man in the Masters on the Yamaha ahead of Martin Poole.
So once again, a big congratulations to the Bidvest Yamaha team dominating the Kalahari 400. Paulie van Rooyen looking forward to the next round. Join us after the break for the quads.